My first business ended in 9 months of harassment litigation. The identity crisis that followed taught me what no business school ever could. I started Level Exchange to help musicians avoid getting eaten alive by the music industry. We had the co-working space, the production studio, the community. Everything looked perfect on paper. Local artists from RISD and Brown were flooding in to collaborate, and we were solving real problems. Then it fell apart. Our lead investor turned out to be problematic, to say the least. What followed was 9 months of litigation that forced me to shut everything down. The hardest part wasn't losing the business. It was the identity crisis that followed. Couldn't sleep, couldn't plan. I kept replaying conversations in my head over and over and over again. Everything that I thought I knew about myself was wrapped up in being the Level Exchange founder. And without that, who was I? Then something unexpected happened. Former members started reaching out, not about the space, but about the connections that we'd help them make. Musicians were still collaborating, projects were still happening. The community was living on without the building. That's when I realized that the business had failed, but the impact hadn't, and that was the point. The relationships weren't dependent on the company existing. The skills that I'd built solving problems for musicians, those were mine to keep. Education is one thing that people can never take away from you. And here's what that taught me about resilience. Your value isn't in your title. It's in the problems you solve and the connections that you build. Those survive any business failure. I had to remind myself, like I've been telling all of you, to stop fixing and start flowing. So take a moment to list out all of your skills that separate you from your current role or company. What problems can you solve? What connections have you built? That's your real value proposition. And it's a crisis-proof one at that.